All right, let's go ahead and start our lab. So we're going to go through these traits together. I'll give you some examples as we go through, and when you're done, you'll get to enter your results on the Google form. So the first thing is earlobes. So your earlobes can either be detached from your face or attached. So detached earlobes kind of have a little gap here. They hang loose from your face, and attached earlobes go right in. So you'll see my earlobes are attached. There's no like gap. They just go right into my face. Tongue rolling. You can either roll your tongue or you can't. So rolling your tongue does mean you can kind of fold it up in half, or you can't. So I'm a non-roller. It's going to look really silly when I do this, but I'll show you how much I just can't roll my tongue. Right? I can't do it. It makes me look really silly. I can't roll my tongue. It is impossible. Next thing is ear wiggling. I either can or can't wiggle my ears. I am an ear wiggler, so I'll show you what I mean. Let's see, there you go. So if you look really closely, you can see that I'm actually moving them on its own, and that's because I have an extra muscle there that allows me to do it, and some people can't do that. I don't mean this, right? Everyone can do this. We're not talking about ear wiggling like that. Next is dimples. When you smile, you have dimples, or you don't. Next, take your hands like this, clasp them together. My left thumb is on top. Your right thumb might have been on top, but just whatever one is happens first for you, the other one's going to feel very unnatural. Next, cleft chin. I don't have a cleft chin, so my chin is smooth. People with cleft chin have a little dimple right in the center of their chin, like you can see in the examples. Widow's peak. Again, this is your hairline. So if you look at my hairline, you can see that I have a little bit of a widow's peak. It's very slight, but it's not smooth. It kind of comes down to a little bit of a point and back again. It doesn't go straight across. Hair on the middle knuckle of your finger. So everyone has hair on this knuckle. Everyone. Okay, what we're talking about is that middle knuckle, that second knuckle that I'm pointing to here. Some people actually have a little bit of hair on that knuckle. So if you look really closely and you see any hair, then you do have that trait. So I have that. I just have a couple tiny little hairs right on those middle knuckles. Eye color. So eye color, if you have brown eyes, that's the dominant trait, any shade of brown. Hazel or green eyes are recessive to brown, but dominant over blue and gray. And then blue and gray eyes of any shade are recessive. So eye color is controlled by multiple genes. It's not just a single gene that gives you your eye color. But for this activity, we're going to simplify it a little bit. There is something called heterochromia. That's having two different eyes. So let's see if I can show you here. Right? So this person has two different colored eyes. If you happen to have that, just pick the color that's most dominant. So this person would pick brown. Okay. Next, your hair texture. So your hair texture can either be curly or straight. So you see I have not perfectly straight. It's got a little bit of a wave to it. So my hair texture is curly. And your thickness can either be thick or thin. So my hair is actually really thin. It's not thick. So you can have one or the other. Freckles. You have freckles or you don't. Easy peasy. Last, handedness. Which hand do you use most often? Your right hand or your left? Which one do you write with? If you're ambidextrous, you can write with both. You pick the hand that you use most often. You're all done. So you're going to go to the Google form, enter your results, and then see how your results compare with the rest of the class. So you go to the Google form. All right, so I'm on the Google form. I'm going to type in my name. I'm going to go through the options. I'm going to pick all of my different options depending on what traits I had. So then I'll go through here, I'll submit the form, and then when you're done submitting the form, you'll be able to see your results. So when I go to the results, you can see me, Helen, and Mary have already done it as an example. And depending on your trait, you get a different color. So when you look at your name and you go across, that is a visual representation of your DNA. So this color sequence is going to be unique to you. You'll be able to look at other people's DNA too. So you can see Helen's DNA, you can see Mary's DNA, and so you'll be able to see what traits you have in common with people. So some traits obviously are more common in others, um, but that's it. So we're really excited to see everyone's DNA all on one page, and so you'll kind of get to see how your own unique DNA is compares to other people. So that's really exciting. Check it out when you're done with your survey.